There has been a boom in
many
food
attempts
review
to cancel
content
Keith
all
Lee.
across TikTok. From creators reviewing appetizers from different chain restaurants to other creators taking trips
out, Keith.
across America to try different restaurants, there is no void of content when it comes to food reviews on TikTok. People love these content creators because of their honesty and
that cookie
bluntness
look
towards
good,
the
I'm not gonna
food.
lie.
But what if that honesty and bluntness gets taken out of context and turned into a bad thing? Keith Lee is one of those
Shout out,
creators
Keith.
who is blunt
Wow.
but honest, which helped him rack in 17 million
I know
followers on
Keith Lee has so much more pictures on the internet to where why would you choose that one, bro? Oh my god, my English was so bad right there.
TikTok. These food reviews
I know he has
started
way
at his
more
house
pictures
with
on the
him
internet
sitting in a Paw
to be
Patrol
choosing that
chair,
one, bro.
and people really respected his opinion on foods
Could've chosen a
that
better
he'd
picture.
try. His fans
That's what I'm
loved
saying.
his content so much that he'd become the face of TikTok food reviews.
I used to walk
From the
around
very
and do this
beginning,
because of Keith
was
Lee.
able to captivate an audience with his fair reviews. He wouldn't accept free food from the restaurants he went to, and he wouldn't accept cash for him reviewing the foods either, which helped him stand out from the
The fuck is that stock video, bro?
he went to, and he wouldn't accept cash for him reviewing the foods either, which helped him stand out from the crowd and gave him a genuine reaction whenever he'd try new foods. In 2022, at the very beginning of that year, he reached 1 million followers on TikTok and remained
That
the
shit changed
most
his
humble
life for real.
person on the internet, still reviewing stuff just in that Paw Patrol chair. As his follower count continued to rise, he knew it was time to go on the road. But this is when some of the drama and controversy would start to happen in his
Yeah.
life. In my personal opinion, I feel like 2023 was his most drama-filled year, but that was
Yeah.
also because of the attention
What
he
was it? The Atlanta restaurant or some shit?
getting. And with attention comes people trying to tear you down because they feel like they should be in your spot. But he
Hate that
definitely
shit.
reacted to this drama-filled
And
year
be
in the
crazy.
best way possible. The first drama started in November of 2022 after he posted a video about his life story. During that TikTok video, he spoke about how he flushed his
MMA.
wife's birth control down the toilet because they both spoke about having kids and getting married. But another TikTok user saw this video and stitched it and pretty much said that Keith violated his wife by flushing down her birth control pills and making it seem like he did this because he wanted to have a kid.
You acting like you was the one who got your shit flushed down the toilet. I hate that shit about the internet, bro.
And
Okay,
she
sorry.
didn't, completely taking this video out of context. And Keith responded, and in the video, he made it very clear that they both wanted to have kids, and how they spoke about having kids for hours after the initial conversation.
You know how the
that he
internet
spoke
is,
about.
bro. Nuance don't exist on the internet. It does not.
In his original video, but he didn't put that in the original video because it would be going off track.
If he wanted to get married and have a baby, even though he couldn't afford their rent at that time, neither one of them could. I swear, y'all gloss over the most egregious shit simply because you like a motherfucker, and that is a problem. He completely disrespected and disregarded her bodily autonomy on his own feeling. And I don't want to hear shit about trusting the process and having faith. That's bullshit. He violated her, and nobody's talking about it.
So far we established it was a we thing and not a he thing. In the original video, I did mention that we stayed up to 2 o'clock in the morning talking about this after I originally brought it up to her. Because when you tell a story, you usually tell a point and then go to the next point instead of elaborating on one point and getting completely sidetracked on the original story you was telling. So based on the fact that you were given a lack of information on one point, you assumed the most malicious outcome of that point. This whole situation would make more sense if this is your first time seeing my content. And even then, you could have just asked for me to elaborate. And if you didn't get an answer to the comment of asking me to elaborate, the best solution to that isn't making a narrative, running with that narrative, making a video, calling me a violator and an abuser. My entire platform has been built on me being vulnerable and me sharing and expressing how excited I am to have a family and how much me and my family love each other and how much me and my wife love each other and how happy we are to have a family and kids. Even if you've never seen any of those videos, ask a question. If you don't get an answer to your question, don't assume the most malicious shit that you can possibly think
That shit
of
is nuts,
out of
bro.
the equation that you're confused about. Because you quickly go from being confused to pushing a very harmful narrative and rhetoric. Not at one point did I violate her. Not at one point did I disrespect her body autonomy. Not at one point did I not take her opinion for face value. I've always been huge on consent, communication, and honesty. Those are 3 core values that I stand on, and I'm raising 2 daughters to be the exact same way. If you're confused, be confused, ask a question. Do not come for my character. To answer your last point, the reason people are in the comments congratulating, because they've been here. They understand, most of them. They understand what I've been through. They understand the journey, the vulnerability that I put on this platform. Most importantly, God bless you, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Now, obviously, this was a great response because that creator pretty much came at his manhood, calling him broke and not being able to afford kids.
Saying I feel like that should just be in the bitch's pocket, bro. It's because he's broke. It's
Which is kind of crazy if you ask me, because for absolutely
rich.
no reason, she just went after him. And the crazy thing is, she doesn't even know him. in person, just a random person trying to smear him online because she didn't agree with what he did, even though his wife agreed with him. And that's really all that matters. And that
W
TikToker
fam.
would eventually delete the video after all the backlash that she received. Shortly after this, Keith,
because she realized not as many people agree with her as she thought because she's fucking stupid.
would post a Keith Speaks video, which is his own form of a video, which can be either about stuff that's happening in his life or the controversy that he's been involved in. During this video, he says that he's thankful for all the support that he's been getting. At this time, he was only at 1.7 million followers, which is still a lot of followers. And I should take this time to ask you to please subscribe to join the best community on YouTube. Keith's online popularity was about to change forever. In the very first month of 2023, Keith had his most viral video.
Oh wow, Bill. Damn, Bills, you kept that shit short as hell. I'd ask you to subscribe, please. On to the story.
Ever, where he went to try a pizza place in Vegas called Frankenstein's Pizza. This was a failing business before Keith showed up. His review changed the fabric of Frankenstein's Pizza forever. Keith kept posting update videos, and on the 4th day, he went to go see Frank, and the line was all the way around the—
Oh, I remember this one. And that shit was long as fuck. Like, the line was long as fuck, and Bro's restaurant just became like mad popular.
building. This is when Keith would realize the power that he had as a food reviewer on TikTok. But again, with the good comes the bad, and Keith found himself in another one-sided situation where a lady tried to say that Keith stole her idea for a TV show. Again, Keith responded to this video in the nicest way possible, pretty much saying that he didn't take her idea and how he has his sister disguise him now because people notice him in restaurants after going viral with the Frankenstein's Pizza stuff. He says that he never stole her idea, but that it was an idea that everyone told him to do. And for his sister, he was just trying to showcase her talents and put her on.
It's some unnamed controversy going around, and I keep getting brought up. And I had an interaction with this person who made the video. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna show you the video I'm talking about, and we're gonna talk about it point by point. She's very anonymous with the names, but in the caption, she put food critic and thief. And it's over 200 comments saying, is it Keith? Is it Keith? Oh, Keith did this, Keith did that. It's been 2 days, and she hasn't directly responded to any of them, except for the ones that are tearing me down and calling out my name, and falsely accusing me of being a thief. Let's talk about it.
I didn't know if I was gonna address this or not.
Oh my. Do we see a pattern here? I'm not going to explicitly say it, but do we see a pattern of the people who keep speaking out against Keith Lee?
I'm just so disappointed
Fucking
and so
shit,
frustrated
bro.
about the situation that I think I'm just gonna have to say something. I'm Jillian. I'm a TV producer. I am a freelance TV producer. I work for a lot of shows, won a lot of Emmys, just kind of good at what I do.
Well, Jillian, as an Emmy award-winning producer and TV writer, I will assume that you know how dangerous labels, especially false labels, can be in the industry or in life in general.
I've actually seen this video here.
I'm here to tell you, for me personally, that is extremely detrimental, and I don't like that, and I don't play with it.
I also pitch shows to networks, so I will find talent.
It's safe to say she didn't find me. I already had 2 to 3 million followers when she originally reached out.
For people I think would be great to have a show, I link with them and then create a show around them, and then I pitch that around to networks. And some get sold and produced, some get a no, and they circle back later. Recently, there's a creator here on TikTok that is beloved by all. I even love them and think they would make great TV, but I pitched them an idea to take to networks, and they basically said no in a nice way, but then stole my fucking idea. They just stole it, so now they're doing it.
On December 11, 2022, Jillian reached out to me in a comment, basically saying exactly what she said. She's a producer. She would love to pitch me an idea. I DM'd her that same day. I said, and I quote, "Hey, I just received your comment. Thank you so much for reaching out. I do not have a show, but I do have a meeting tomorrow with somebody pitching one. I would love to talk to you as well when you have the chance." I sent her my email, said, "God bless you. Thank you again." That was the 11th. She reached out to me on the 13th. I had the meeting with another person on the 12th. That meeting I had on the 12th was the exact same pitch that she pitched. I also had 2 other meetings after hers on the 13th. The exact same pitch was pitched. Not to mention, I get 1,000 comments on a daily basis from y'all pitching the exact same ideas and tagging Food Network, which I truly appreciate. She pitched it as a crossover between AI Fix My Life and Triple D. The premise: I find a restaurant that's struggling. I go into the restaurant in disguise, try the food, rate it, tell the people what I thought.
That's the craziest thing is that's not even like an original idea, bro. Like, there's plenty of people who have done that. Fucking Kitchen Nightmares. Kitchen Nightmares is pretty much the same concept, except he's not disguised.
The first time I posted a video like this was December 9th, 2022, and it was a spinoff of another video I did on December 2nd, 2022, 9 days before she reached out to me. The only thing different is that I wasn't in disguise when she first reached out to me, because again, this was in December. I had anywhere between 2 million and 3 million followers at the time of her reaching out to me. Of course, I wasn't in disguise at that point. I personally was able to walk into restaurants and still get treated the exact same, because not a lot of restaurants recognize me. Now, with 9.6 million followers in Vegas, it's almost impossible. So that's why I went into disguise. Also, I took this opportunity to show my platform how talented my sister is. She did all of my makeup, my special effects, my hair. She did everything. I personally think she's way too talented not to do this as a full-time job. This could be the opportunity to get her in front of the right people. so that dream can become a reality. So again, me going to
It low-key does look like him still though.
Jillian, and I'm saying that in the most honest and pure form. I don't mean any harm, but I do not appreciate you putting labels on me like that. Comments like this with a hashtag Keith Lee controversy going around, I'm not a fan of. To put out labels that I help people but I steal from others is not only detrimental, but it's disrespectful in my eyes. I have not once stolen anything or taken anything from anybody. Everything that's given to me is from God. And I know there's gonna be people saying, why did you respond to this? Why are you even paying attention to it? Labels in the industry and labels in life are extremely detrimental. To put a label like this on a content creator is crazy, especially when it's unwarranted. God willingly, I have a lot of big things coming up, and I don't want unnecessary labels on me. Thank you, Jillian, for understanding. God bless you. I don't mean no harm to you. I don't condone any hate comments. I would just like this cleared up. Thank you. God bless you. Have an amazing day.
It's crazy because we haven't
on the Paw Patrol seat is crazy.
gotten to the food related drama yet. This has all been separate to his actual and honest opinion on food. And we still won't, because in February of 2023, Keith had to go out of his way to tell people not to follow him in public. He said that he would take a picture with you, but not if you're following him around everywhere and making it very suspicious and making him uncomfortable. He said that he will defend himself if he has to. And trust me, you probably wouldn't want to be on Keith's bad side, seeing that he was an ex-MMA fighter for a while before getting fully into food reviews.
I am a normal person. I do normal people activities. I be out with my family. If you see me outside, please come give me a handshake, a hug, a high five, whatever you comfortable with, or just give me a nod. But please do not follow me and my family, take pictures of us, stare at us non-stop, and make us feel very uncomfortable. Now, those people who are really fans of my content and really watch me and know I got social anxiety, I appreciate y'all being respectful and not wanting to bother me. But I promise you, if all you want is a picture or all you want to do is say hi or tell me you appreciate me, that does not bother me one bit. But what does bother me is staring at me, walk into a store, walk out of a store, follow me into the next store, take pictures of me and my family in the next store. That's what bothered me. We just left the mall. People was literally following us to the parking garage. That gives me so...
That's like, cause bro, at that point, it's like, bro, do I gotta turn around and start blasting? Like, bro, that's just...
social anxiety. It's not even that much about my safety because I can handle myself. I will protect myself if I need to. Please listen to me when I say that. I will protect myself if I need to. And I will protect my family if I need to. I got little girls. I'm a normal person. I just be outside, chilling, minding my business. Please, if you want a picture, just come take a picture. But don't make me uncomfortable. I will protect myself. I'm him. So please, I don't want no problems. I'm not a confrontational person. I want to take every picture that you want to take. I want to give every hug you want to give, every handshake you want to give. I'm here for it. I appreciate y'all. This is an adjustment period for me. I'm not used to this. As a professional fighter, I used to take like 1 or 2 pictures a week. Now, I'm at like 100 pictures a day. It is, I'm getting used to it. I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. Please don't follow me.
We wouldn't get into food-related drama until May of 2023, when Keith posted a review on a restaurant called Chicken Fire. In the review, Keith really didn't say really anything bad. Some food he said was mid, but it wasn't like the food was inedible. In response to this video, the owner of Chicken Fire would post a video pretty much saying that Keith's opinion didn't matter. Now, to save you from watching...
Why do I remember this too, bro?
Watching this cringy video, I'll just play Keith's response, which pretty much went into why the owners were being petty just because Keith didn't like their food, and how at first the owner wanted him to be honest, but I guess they thought that their food was the best thing on earth, so Keith's honest review honestly hurt their feelings.
I hate that shit. Don't ask me to be honest if you're gonna get hurt.
What the review was. It does not give a fuck what the review was.
Your team asked me to come multiple times. I came, I paid for my own food, I gave my own personal opinion like I said I would. But now after the review, you said it multiple times and my opinion doesn't matter at all.
No one person's opinion can change anything for what we do, so absolutely 100,000% I don't give a crap about anyone's review, including Keith Lee's.
Yet, when I met you in person, these were your exact words.
Yo, I just want to tell you real quick. Thanks for coming to the
I'm not going to sweat my opinion. I'm going to sweat
No, I want the truth. We want the true, honest opinion. We want the true, honest opinion, regardless. So we still shine no matter what.
Cap.
You want my honest opinion, yet my opinion doesn't matter. You've not only posted multiple videos on your personal account, but also on your business account, as well as a full 18-minute video. And on here, you posted a small part of what one of your employees said, but you clipped this part of what your chef said.
I was surprised. I thought he was going to give us a good review. We did a really good job. Hopefully he gives us a second try later on. Okay, we don't need a second try.
I remember this video.
California. I wasn't here with the guy. I don't even know who he is. I don't know you, you're not important.
In my original video, as always, I stated it was my opinion and my opinion only. While I agree wholeheartedly that my opinion should never be the end-all be-all and people should experience it for themselves if they want to, I am not a fan of you saying on multiple occasions that my opinion doesn't matter at all, and no matter what I say, it doesn't matter. Because I was asked to come and I was asked to give my opinion. The reason I don't like that narrative is because it's very tricky. If I give what's deemed a positive review, I'm praised. If I give what's deemed a negative review, my opinion doesn't matter. In my eyes, that's not fair to me. If I only give positive reviews,
that isn't
regardless
fair.
of how I actually feel, it's going completely against my character and everything I stand for. And I'm not willing to put my integrity on the line for nothing or nobody. And even when it's something that I'm not a huge fan of, I try my best to be constructive and not be completely negative, which I wholeheartedly believe I did in this situation. I also asked on multiple occasions that people not leave hate comments or give you any kind of negative feedback without trying to fool themselves. I have no doubt that your business will continue to thrive. And people who say RIP to your restaurant because of my personal opinion, I fully disagree with and I fully denounce. I thank God in advance that you and your employees will continue to be successful, and the people who enjoy your food, as well as new people who haven't tried it yet, will continue to line up and continue to support your business. It is human nature that some people will be negative regardless of any disclaimers I give, and for that, I completely understand the frustration. And all I can do on my end is honestly and openly say I don't wish any harm or any negativity to you or your company, and I still mean that from the bottom of my heart. I will be honest in saying I really wasn't going to respond to this at all, and I was just going to let it be what it is. There's been so many videos and so many narratives pushed without me responding, and this video that I stitched to theirs is now on Twitter with over 13 million views. I understand my platform, and I really want to avoid this being escalated, so this is my only response that I will be given to the situation, and I pray we can move on and let it be what it is. I wish nothing but success and goodwill towards you and your employees. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
After this, things for Keith kept looking up. His views continued to rise, and he was growing at a
Shout out
rapid
Keith.
rate, doing stuff that he loved to do and giving back to businesses that needed help. In July of 2023, Keith found himself in more controversy when a UFC fighter named Sean Strickland would name drop him on a podcast and told everyone that he was racist against white people. Now, if you know the history of Sean Strickland, he's not that great of a guy, and he just did this to get attention to himself. Keith had to make a response with receipts from people involved to clear his name, but this brought a lot of unnecessary hate towards Keith and his family for something that wasn't even true.
I received a week straight of false allegations, negative comments, and negative backlash for something that I didn't do. Let's talk about it.
I can't stand his racist little brother, Keith Lee. So wait, let me give you guys don't know who this guy is. And I'm sad. It saddens me that I know who Keith Lee is, but apparently he's like a TikToker. He's a food critic. So anyways, let me tell you, I just gotta go into the story how much I hate Kevin Lee.
I don't believe you hate Keith.
So he comes up to me and he was like pretty much like he tried to like talk to me about like race. Like he tried to have like this racial systematic oppression.
Yes, me and Sean had a conversation. No, this conversation didn't go anything how he depicted it. Sean Strickland is an MMA fighter who is known for saying divisive things. We had disagreements prior to the situation, but nothing that couldn't have been settled with a conversation. So at the point of this conversation, we were gym partners. I walked up to him and two people who I consider friends having a conversation after practice. I joined the conversation, and the conversation happened to be already on race. In the beginning of this conversation, it was not only intelligent, but it was productive. One thing led to another, and Sean said this.
And anytime you're talking to somebody racist, and I know this because I used to be a little racist. Anytime you're talking to someone racist and you want to like really piss them off, you just got to talk about the sex of whatever, the race of whatever they are. So I'm like, yo, Lee, I'm not racist. I black woman than you have, bro. How am I racist? And I'm like, bro, just relax. Dude. I know you got a little white woman at home. Right? And I'm just like, I'm kind of poking it, but I'm doing it funny.
I never found the humor in any of those comments. He then spun my words into saying,
right? And I'm just like, I'm kind of poking it, but I'm doing it funny.
I never found the humor in any of those comments.
I never found the humor in any of those comments.
He then spun my words into saying what he said I said.
And he goes, nah, I don't like white people.
Never at one point did I say I don't like anybody. I simply disagree with what he said, and instead of fighting ignorance with ignorance, I said no, I'm happily married with children, and I'm very proud of the family that God has allowed me to build. I also immediately disagreed with all of the ignorant and distasteful comments that he made, and I no longer was interested in entertaining the conversation, which the conversation itself ended very shortly after that. And again, I ignored a week and a half full of backlash. I don't have any bad feelings or wish anything ill against Sean Strickland. I just want this cleared up, because that's not what I stand on, and that's not what I said. The only reason I'm responding to this at all is because it's spinning into a narrative that's completely false. I've debated a week straight on whether I should respond to this or not, or give this any kind of attention. But it has not only begun to affect me, but my family financially and mentally. I've blocked over 1,000 people and deleted thousands of comments that were degrading me and coming at my personal character. But false things like this are not only detrimental to me,
niggas
but also
want Keith Lee to fall off so fucking bad, bro. Like it's so obvious the way they keep like trying to find any angle on this nigga, bro. It's insane.
Potentially deter potential brands that would like to reach out to me and my family. On top of deterring people who have no idea who I am and are just discovering me for the first time, want to join our community. And it's unfair to me and my family to miss out on opportunities that can change our lives based on lies. It was on 6 different videos that was completely unrelated, and it was a head search. On top of that, this goes completely against what I stand on as a person. My actions speak louder than my words, and I've been blessed enough to be in a position to be a marketing platform for business and business owners of all races. Sean claimed to have 2 witnesses of me saying this. I called both of those witnesses today, and we had a conversation. I told both of them that I was recording, and I will post it. For that conversation that I had with Sean Strickland.
What the fuck was the zoom in on the crotch for?
You know, you do not say that.
Thank you.
That's Sean. He's a,
All right, bro.
he's gonna antagonize, but I don't think
This nigga is just recording crotch area, bro.
directly about it now that he's not.
This
on
nigga is
the
just
podcast.
recording crotch area. What? Who's recording this?
You know.
But we were arguing about this. You know, the podcast we talked about it. I was like, bro, I don't remember that being the entire conversation.
Did you ever hear me say I don't like white people?
Yeah, but I don't recall this. You know, you were right there. I know you all had a conversation about racism. I don't think this is how this conversation went.
And again, this conversation that we talked about happened over a year ago. I haven't actively been at the gym all year, so they have no reason to lie on my behalf. It's just the situation didn't go how he depicted, and I appreciate both of them being honest and standing up for what's true. In this last week, TikTok has slowly shifted to something that's not very enjoyable for me, and I don't like that. TikTok has been one of my safe havens and one of the places I come to connect with my community. At the end of the day, I just want to return back to that, eat food, take care of my family, and continue to be the person that God has called me to be for not only myself, my family, and my community. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
Again, this was another great response
Shut up,
video
Keith.
which showed evidence that Sean was lying or misconstruing what actually was said just to make Keith look bad. Or maybe the CTE was messing with his memory that day, but regardless, Keith made it out on top of the situation with his response video, getting a bunch of respect for how he handled the situation. It wouldn't be until October of 2023 when Keith got into more one-sided drama with a restaurant in Atlanta. This was when he was
Atlanta. I knew it was coming. This is the one I remember the absolute most. The whole Atlanta thing, man. Because I remember waking up one morning, there was like, yo, they trying to cancel Keith Lee. Like, what the fuck? Why?
It
was
on his
Atlanta,
food tour
man.
in Atlanta, and he already spoke out
he was doing
about
like
the
the
weird
tour.
rules that Atlanta has for the restaurants, and the Real Milk and Honey was no different. Keith
No,
explained
brother.
that he tried to order ahead of time over the phone, but the automated message said that they will only accept orders through the DoorDash app. But on the app, it said that the restaurant was closed, when the doors to the restaurant were wide open and there were people eating inside and ordering food. So instead, he had his family go in to order. When they went in, they said that the employees said that they aren't serving food. But when Keith went in, they tried to rev up those fryers,
Rev up those
but realized
fryers.
that Keith wouldn't accept that and told them that he didn't want to order food from them anymore.
Me and my family are in Atlanta, and currently we are at the Real Milk and Honey. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands. We are at the Real Milk and Honey on Main Street in College Park. Before we came, we attempted to call our order in. We were greeted with an automatic message that said they do not take call-in orders. The automatic message said the only way you can do pickup is through DoorDash. We went through DoorDash, they was closed. But online, it said they closed at 5 o'clock. We went on DoorDash at 4 o'clock, but we were already here, so we just went inside. I stayed in the car and my family went in, and they told them they were closed early for deep cleaning. Yet the doors wide open and it's people still going in and grabbing their orders. Now we have no idea if those people ordered beforehand or what the case is. Also, the people who relayed this message, my family said were really nice. It's just the rules. And so far being in Atlanta, I found some places do have unique rules, and this is one of them. I want to be very clear, we're not blaming one person or saying one person was rude. In plain terms, don't call this restaurant trying to get nobody fired. Ain't nobody do nothing. This is just the rules they had. If you don't like their rules not for you. And for me and my family, the rules just wasn't for us. We just not their target audience. For the record, afterwards, I did walk in and they did recognize me and they attended the services, but I respectfully declined. I'm a normal person. I pay for my food like everybody else. I walk in spots like everybody else. We are all normal people. Respectfully, if you're not gonna do it then, don't do it now. God bless you. But yeah, we're just trying to get some food. But I am gonna make this very clear. I do not support, condone, or agree tearing down these businesses. While we personally may not have the best customer service experience, it does not mean you will have the same experience. That also don't mean go on Twitter and tear these businesses down. At the end of the day, business owners are people. You never know what people are going through. The only reason I'm even making this is to share my authentic and
Nigga,
real
just be
experience like I
zooming
always
in.
do. I don't mean no harm, I don't have no malicious intent, but I always say I'm gonna be 100% honest, and that come with the good and the not so good. You don't know what nobody going through, so what we can't do is just judge off of somebody else's experience. If you would like to go to these places or any other place that I've been to, I encourage you to go try it for yourself and make your own opinion. But we still in Atlanta, and we on Main Street, and it's a bunch of spots here, so we're gonna go to a different spot. God bless you, have an amazing day, y'all be safe.
After the video came out, the Real Milk and Honey made a terrible response video that was honestly
Yeah, the response video, bro. Oh my god.
very, very corny if you watched it. They'd be sitting down on their couch and acting as if that they didn't know or care about Keith Lee and his opinion, and it just kind of seemed like they were unbothered when in reality they were actually
Shit was
bothered.
cornball
And it was just
shit.
really cringy.
Did you see this Keith Lee video about the Real Milk and Honey?
And who is this Keith Lee?
Daddy, you don't know Keith Lee? Yeah.
No.
After this, Keith went on a
Why
video to
was it
state
all
that
on
he's
the
going
right
to
side of my
continue to do his
headphone?
honest reviews, and if people don't like it, then that's on them.
Okay, let's talk about it. Every restaurant that me and my family go to, we're either A, invited by the restaurant themselves, or B, was told about the restaurant 100 plus times. From locals, from people who mention me, from people who email me, DM me. 99% of the time, I never go to a random restaurant. With that being said, my opinion was asked for. So many narratives being pushed, and it's insane to me. But let's be honest, what else do you want from me? If I go to a bunch of restaurants and have a string of good experiences, then I'm being too nice, I'm lying, the narrative's being pushed that my eye roll is fake, and I'm lying just to help people. Then on the same hand, if I go to 2 or 3 restaurants where I don't have the best experience, now I'm tearing down businesses, now I'm being mean, now I need to shut up, now I need to mind my business, now I need to sit down. Again, I can't win for losing. I understand everybody will have an opinion on the situation. You can disagree with me, you cannot like what I say. Completely understand, I'm okay with that. But when my safety and my family safety start coming into play, that's where I draw the line at. But what can't happen is when my family or the restaurants or anybody's safety start coming into play. It's absolutely overboard. Especially when I was asked to give my opinion. Because you telling me my opinion only matter if it's positive. Because if it's positive, you got my face plastered on the wall and you saying keep sleeping here. But if it's negative, I need to sit down somewhere and you don't know who I am. That's crazy to me. It was so much
That
positive
is
that happened in
crazy.
Atlanta that was shunned by the negative. It was so many restaurants we was blessed enough to help. We went to an array of restaurants like we always do at every city. I'm gonna be 100% transparent, 100% candid. Me and my family will postpone touring if other cities gonna be like this. Every review not gonna be the best. I'm gonna be 100% honest. If you want me to come, please understand, I will be honest. I don't mean no harm. I don't have no malicious intent. I mean that, and when I say it, I mean it. People be like, well, you know what you're doing. You know if you give a bad review, people gonna come and flood it with hate comments. What else do you want me to do? I'm telling people not to go and leave hate comments. I'm telling people not to leave negative comments. I'm telling people make their own opinions. You want me to lie and say I had a good experience, or you want me to only post videos when I have a positive experience? And all of the videos I post is only gonna be positive experience. Then the narrative's gonna be pushed, and I'm only trying to be positive, and we're gonna end up in the same situation. And on top of that, I think something's getting lost in translation. When that happens, the restaurants that we are blessed enough to help won't be helped in the same manner because people won't show up in the same way because my reviews will be inauthentic. One of the reasons people show up the way they do is because they know I'm being honest and I'm giving my personal opinion and my personal perspective on the situation. But if I don't do that anymore, it won't be the 3 or 4 hour wait times, and now we won't be able to help business owners, and we won't be able to give back to the community. In the grand scheme, that's what this is about. It's about giving back. It's about giving back to the community.
Wouldn't you ask? This is the same shit that be happening on Kitchen Nightmares where Gordon Ramsay will eat their food and be like, nah, this shit dog shit. They're like, no, my food is amazing. Then why the fuck don't you have customers? Isn't this the same thing? If your food isn't good enough to get lines through the door, like out the door, wouldn't you want someone to tell you, okay, yeah, this is because the food ain't that amazing? Wouldn't you want that? Like, I don't...
It's about stimulating the economy. That's what it's about. All the other stuff, I'm a simple man in real life. As long as me and my family healthy and safe and we can live a comfortable life, I'm straight. Again, it's a double-edged sword. I understand with great power comes great responsibility. God made me for this. I'm built for this. At the end of the day, I just want to eat food, walk in my path. If you want to be on the journey with me, you are more than welcome. If you don't, God bless you. Y'all have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. And nobody's safety should be on the line. Not mine, not my family, not the restaurants that we go to. Relax, bro. Like, I understand. I get it. But at the end of the day, what you want me to do? You want me to lie? I can't do that. I'll walk away from everything before I lie. I'm telling you that right now. On 10 toes. Everything. God bless.
In February of 2024, Keith went to a food truck named Sweetly Seasoned,
Oh,
and
brother.
the food was pretty good. He ended up tipping the barber $1,000 for free
Damn.
cuts and also gave the owner money too. But the owner, I guess, assumed that the money was all for her and took the money and didn't give it to anyone. Word spread around, and Keith made a video speaking about the situation, pretty much saying that he had no idea that the owner did this.
To be honest, there's not much to talk about, but there are a few conflated and confused things that's going around about the situation. So let's talk about them. 3 days ago, me and my family went to Sweetly Seasoned food truck. Number one, nobody had any idea we was coming. They found out we was in Dallas like everybody else found out we was in Dallas because we was posting videos in Dallas. So in hopes of us coming, they had t-shirts made and they was on live all day. So me and my family went in cahoots with none of this. We was all under the impression that they were a team, and this was a normal routine for them. The barber being there, the braider being there, family being there, a lot of people being there. This is our first time here. We are customers. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Number two, I was never under the impression that haircuts was free. Again, my family was watching the lives. We knew that he was cutting hair for $40. So when we walked up and I said I want to get his $1,000 to the barber to do free haircuts and $1,000 to the braider to braid hair, it was because in the original video, the son said it was slow due to marketing. That's marketing. God, literally after we post the video, there will be a line out the door. If there's a line out the door and there's a barber and a braider doing hair while people are waiting, that's marketing. So again, it's in the hood. You play some music, you cutting hair, you braiding hair, y'all all sitting out, y'all having fun. It's a parking lot barbecue. So again, we don't know the behind the scenes if they knew each other, if they didn't know each other. And the reason why I didn't pay everybody individually, the interaction that you see looked longer than what it was. It was really only like a 5-minute interaction. Within that 5 minutes,
I mean, he got a
30 to
point.
40 people pulled up. They was pulling up in droves. That parking lot was getting deep fast. And for me and my family's safety in general, I don't never carry cash around. And 9 times out of 10, if we tip, we always do it through the POS system. And even if we wanted to do it a different way, Zelle and Apple Pay wasn't an option because it was 4 or 5 people at the same time on live. So for safety reasons, they wouldn't be able to say their phone numbers or their personal information out loud. And as far as them taking my phone and putting their number in on Zelle themselves, I wouldn't hand my personal phone to nobody. So the POS
Hell
system
nah.
was an option that made the most sense. I learned through this journey that sometimes it's deeper than the food, it's deeper than the marketing, it's deeper than the customer service. And this is one of those cases in my opinion. Sweetly Seasoned got a lot to figure out, and I thank God in advance that they do figure it out. The last thing I'm gonna touch on is the son is misconstruing something that I said, and I don't appreciate it. After I said out loud in detail what we deemed the money to be used towards, I also said y'all can divvy it out how y'all feel necessary. Meaning after the money hits, because it's a POS system, it don't hit the same day. Y'all can send it out through Apple Pay, through Zelle, through Cash App, through check, through cash, however y'all feel necessary to spread it amongst the team. I thought and I still think that that's a very clear statement, but it's being misconstrued, in my opinion, intentionally misconstrued, that I said and the mom and the son can say who get the money and who don't get the money.
So Keith Lee did tell her to distribute the money how she felt necessary.
I never said that. Regardless of what's going on behind the scenes, I felt on my heart to do what we did. So for the mom to go on the back end and disregard where my heart was at and what I felt like God was telling me to do in that moment and distribute the money how she felt necessary is 100% wrong in my opinion. I see the memes and I see the jokes, but I am not in the business of shutting businesses down. Her actions did not sit right with y'all and her customer base. That resulted in the situation that she in today. We just ate the food and left a tip, praying in advance that everybody in the situation stays safe. That's my biggest concern. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
Now, there were some smaller incidents that happened between February of 2024 and now, but those are all, again, really small. But Keith's most recent reaction to a jack of potato from SpudBros in London shook up the internet and had...
Bro, they trying to kill this nigga, bro. They trying to kill this nigga, bro. They trying to kill this nigga, bro. Them niggas put a baked potato with beans and tuna on top of it, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? They trying to kill this nigga, bro.
Americans and British people going after each other. This wasn't really even a review. This was a behind the scenes, and it only showed a small snippet of Keith's reaction.
Fight forward.
Oh my god.
Again, I'm going to it extremely open-minded. You never know.
Hell to the fucking no, my nigga. If I get if I go to a place and get a baked potato with beans on top of it, I'm already saying no. But on top of that, they throw on tuna. Oh fuck, bro! And it wasn't even like it wasn't like real fish tuna. It was like the tuna you get out of a can, the shredded tuna shit, bro.
SpudBros would respond to this in a bunch of different videos that all gained a ton of views. Now, Keith is a texture person. He said this plenty of times during the years, especially when he's been reviewing foods if he doesn't like it. So the tuna mixed with the beans and the potatoes was probably a bit much for him, but the internet didn't even give him time to post his actual review. When he finally released the video, he said that he personally didn't like the food, but his wife and other family members did.
Me and my family are in Soho, London, England, and inside these containers is some of the craziest food I've ever tried in my entire life. I got it. Let's try it. Rated 1 through 10. We spent 26 pounds or $32.76. The name of this place is SpudBros. And the concept of SpudBros is very simple. They make loaded potatoes, but that's the only simple thing about it. So we pulled up, the line was almost out the door. It's freezing out here, so we sit outside waiting. Two owners walked up to us while we stand in the middle of the line, and he said they was waiting for us to come. He tried to give us everything for free, but you know that's not how we roll. We know we take everything. And I told him straight to his face, I'm gonna be honest. Please don't be upset at me. Please don't think I'm calling your food briggle brackle with fizzy winkers, any of that. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna show you everything I got, and we're gonna try it every once again. But before I open this, they are not trolling. This is on the menu. What's in
Hey, bro, all I know is this nigga tried Guyanese and Trinidad food, bro, and he loved this shit. That's all I'm gonna say, my nigga. That's all I'm gonna say, my nigga. Never been more proud of my culture, bro.
I specifically made
Jamaican Guyanese. Okay, sorry.
just to play. People seriously.
Damn, bro, that shit look fucking nasty, bro.
Order this. Like, this is not a joke. Right? Yeah, in America, they have tuna and beans. That's it. It's like 100% number one. Yeah. A tuna, cheese, bean, and tram sauce jacket potato. And this one is curry chicken with tram sauce, crispy onions, and garlic butter. And it's so much garlic butter, if I move, it's gonna tip everywhere. Oh, beans, too. Again, this is tuna with mayo, crispy onions, tram sauce, which is like a spicy mayo, butter garlic, or garlic butter. Cheese, and a potato. I'm gonna try to get everything going. Again, I'm going to it extremely open-minded. You never know.
Niggas had
I'm fully aware that the behind the scenes of this entire review was already posted by somebody in my team by mistake, which is completely okay. But the way it was reacted to made me not want to post a review at all. The only reason I'm posting it is because I was asked for my opinion on multiple occasions. And I don't like the narrative that was spun that I was being disrespectful, when in reality, the owner was sitting right there while I was trying, and he saw my reaction and gave me a thumbs up on it. The owner sitting right there, he gave me a thumbs up. I was asking my opinion. I gave my opinion, which was personally, it didn't work for me. Specifically because the amount of texture and flavors that was in the dishes so not only extremely prominent on its own, but also clashed. So the fishiness from the tuna, the sweetness from the beans, the spiciness from the tramp sauce, and the creaminess from the potato did not work well to me, in my opinion.
That doesn't even sound like it would sit well, bro. That's too many different prominent flavors.
But the thing I wasn't posting on Snap was my wife's and my cousin's reaction, which was this. My wife loves tuna. So.
Oh, that's the potato. Okay. Really, dude? This is gas. I like it a lot.
What'd you give it?
Like an 8.
What does it taste like to you is my question.
Exactly what you said. I think without the spice, it would be bad. So I'm happy they did that. That's what brings a lot of seasoning and flavor to it. The way they cooked the potato with the tuna, like it's all good textures that came together really nicely.
And my cousin just tried the tuna. He gave it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, he back there smashing. You know, like being on camera. What did it taste like to you?
It tastes like a potato protein bowl. Like the tuna, you can take the tuna a lot. I think the beans bring a different kind of taste to it, almost like a sweet.
I don't know, man. I couldn't do it. I mean, I actually like tuna. I don't hate tuna, but beans, tuna, and potatoes? Oh fuck no!
The spice,
all at the same time.
It's a distinct taste. It's hard to like describe it.
Yeah, like yeah, something warm. Is like a bowl of chili.
Yeah,
is given that.
I like a chili bowl.
Imagine the force.
I can literally see her.
At no point was I disrespectful. I didn't like it. My family loved it. Everybody taste buds is different. Nobody taste buds is an end all be all. I say it all the time. I fully understand how this go. If I like something, I praise for it. If I don't like it, I'm every name in the book. I get it. This is the curry chicken. Now this should be more combined because you can see it's a full ordeal.
Oh, brother.
In my opinion, this one's better. It's a lot of flavor. Like, I'm talking about flavor. The second it touches my tongue, it's spicy. I love the crispy onions on top. It's a lot. I can only see myself eating a few bites of this. But as it is, this is a 7 out of 10 for me. Like I always say, everybody tastes buds is different. And as always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to share your audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. Yeah, it ain't for everybody, but it's for the people.
I feel like Keith Lee gets a ton of angry comments from people who like the restaurants that he's reviewing, or the restaurants themselves respond to.
And that's my point. Like, bro, why do y'all hate when niggas are different, bro? Why do you hate when niggas have a different opinion than you? Especially, and let me like clarify that, because there are some times where having a different opinion with someone in terms of like life views or what else, it can be like a thing where it's like, okay, you're way too different than me. I can't be your boy, or I can't be your partner or whatever. But like food, something that's not that serious, food, you don't know this nigga personally. If he doesn't like something that you eat, who the fuck cares?
His review.
It's not like you're married to the nigga and you cooking him this shit and he says he doesn't like it.
Well, this could be annoying.
Not even the owner.
Keith is a very honest person with his reviews, and if he doesn't like the food, he'll be honest and fair, and even sometimes tell the restaurant what they should do to make the food better. I feel like people will get more hate when they have honest takes on things, or when they don't agree with people. I don't think Keith will ever truly get canceled, which is a great thing, because I personally like his content, but I do think people hate his opinions because he doesn't sugarcoat anything. Keith is a great content creator who has been able to achieve a ton of followers because of his reviews. He has the power to make or break a restaurant, and that could be scary to businesses, but Keith also does his due diligence and states multiple times that these are his own opinions and they can differ from other people's opinions and taste buds. Keith Lee has done a lot of good throughout his time on TikTok, giving back to his community and also giving back to struggling businesses who needed the help. I feel like everyone has their opinion on restaurants, and if that opinion isn't the same for Keith, then they get nervous that the restaurant might fail and close down. But this just isn't the case. I feel like more people will try the restaurant to see if it is just mid, which will give the restaurant even more money. Keith Lee has changed.
And then imagine some of the people who are like, let me go try the restaurant for myself and not just listen to the word of somebody on the internet. And this is no shade to Keith Lee whatsoever, because I actually fuck with Keith Lee a lot. But let me go try it instead of just listening to someone who tried it on the internet. Let me go try it for myself and see if it really does suck or if it really is good by what he says. And then some of the people, let's say Keith Lee said he doesn't like a restaurant's food, and you're like, you know what, let me go try it and see if I don't like it as well. And you go try it and you, oh my God, this food is actually fucking fire. Just like his wife, who actually did like the tuna and potatoes and beans, but he didn't. It's like, bro, it's never, that's why. And again, with Keith Lee, he's a food critic. The word critic is in there. Nigga, there are movies that I personally absolutely adore where the movie critics will be like, this movie is dog shit. And I'll go watch the movie myself because I, one, never listened to a movie critic. I go watch the movie myself and I'm like, yo, this shit gas. Like, bro, you can't just go off of critics all the time because then you're never going to like anything.
Change the way people view,
or you're going to get forced to like something that isn't that good to you.
Food reviewers on TikTok. It really put it on the map. Remember, this was a guy who was reviewing.
Niggas used to say, I mean, like, Fast and the Furious is my guilty pleasure, bro. I love every single Fast and the Furious movie, even though the critics fucking hate them.
Foods in a Paw Patrol chair just almost a year ago. And now he has built up a loyal fan base who love his content and made it to where he can go to the Grammys or do different things in his life because of just reviewing food. But also, it's not even about the things that he's been able to do in his life. It's how he's been able to give back to different businesses, giving the owners of these businesses who are struggling large amounts of money just to keep them afloat. And with giving them the money, he also gives them the marketing to get more people in the door, which is just more than what he really needs to do. But have you ever heard of Keith Lee? And if so, do you like his content? Or are there any other creators that you watch?
Nigga, you waited to the end of the video to ask if niggas heard about Keith Lee and like him? There's no fucking way, bro. There's no
that you may like
way,
more
Bills.
than Keith Lee. Also, let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there in the comments, you may as well like the video and subscribe to the channel to help us get to 200,000 subscribers before
Shout
the
out,
end
Bills.
of the month. Which is honestly a long shot, but you never know. Shout out to my wife for hitting 10,000 subscribers. She's now at, I think, like 11.
Nigga, you
never
gotta-
know. Shout out to my wife for hitting.
Oh, you married to a black woman, Bills? Oh, you married to a black woman, Bills? W nigga,
10,000
bro.
subscribers. She's now at,
He's not a nigga,
I
but-
think like 11K. So she's blowing up very fast.
W
Check her out
mans.
and her content.
Bro, there is nothing better than this, bro. This man almost has 200K subs. He's only 9,000 away, and he's shouting his wife out. There's nothing better than this.
Thank you all so much for
I
watching.
know I have a big platform. Let me shout my wife out, who is also trying to do this shit.
I'll see you in the next
W
video.
nigga, bro. And he has her video tagged in the video. In the end screen. He got her shit tagged. Oh, Bills, bro. You a W mans, dog. That's a W man right there, bro. My nigga Bills. If y'all don't know who Bills is, let me see if he has an Instagram. Obviously he does. Let me show you what he looks like. This the homie Bills right here, bruh. This the homie Bills right here. That boy got a loving wife. Okay, cold. Cold. W mans. Alright. I think I'm gonna not watch this one, honestly, because Deshae. And yes, it's about Deshae Frost. The reason why I say I think I might not watch that one is because Deshae is really weird when it comes to like videos about him in a negative light. Because we all saw what he did to that nigga Cam, bro. He fucking mass reported Cam and got his shit taken down and gave him a strike. Insane. Just because he called him horny, which is not false. Let's listen to a bop real quick before we get into the next reaction. Oh, I need to stop recording.